G'day. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are from the world. It is the RUF1 Racing Series, brought to you again by myself, Rarotron89, and we are continuing what is nearing the end of the Division 1 season here, which has been full of fantastic memories. We had the French Grand Prix that was fought out by 6 drivers. We've had the Italian Grand Prix, which was absolutely mental. And of course, we had the last Grand Prix in Brazil. That was won by, of course, Mr. Nasser, who clinched the championship last time out. So welcome, everybody. Welcome. The championship has been sorted, yes, but that doesn't mean that the constructors has... Nope. It's still a battle going on between Mercedes and between AlphaTauri. So will Fury be better this week? Now he's got a bit more practice with the wheel. It'll be interesting to see. So before we do anything, guys, let us understand the situation. So, where is it? What am I looking for? Standings? Yeah, there we go. So, guys, last time out, Mr. Nasser took his 9th win of the season and won the inaugural RUF1 Division 1 Drivers' Championship. He started from 4th on the grid and worked his way through the field to take the top spot once again. Haas driver James scores another podium, finishing in 2nd, and just about manages to fend off the charging Ferrari of Scotty, who finished in 3rd place. A great drive from AlphaTauri reserve driver Matt Veg, who finished the race in 4th and was in the mix fighting the leaders at the front for the majority of the race. Racing Point driver Marlon Kanga had a really strong drive, nursing his medium tyres for the best part of 20 plus laps and constantly pressured Nasser until the end of the race. He unfortunately picked up a 5-second time penalty due to an incident with Stig, which put him down to 5th place in the end. Nasser's closest rival, Fury Knight, finished the race in P6, racing for the very first time with a wheel. He wasn't too far behind James, Scotty and Matt Veg. Ragnarok picked up the extra drivers of the day point. He finished in 14th place after starting from 20th. But you're interested in the constructors as well. AlphaTauri in 2nd place closed the gap to the leaders Mercedes by 2 points and are currently 171 points behind. AlphaTauri have also extended their lead over Haas and Ferrari in 3rd and 4th. The three are separated by only 36 points. Racing Point continue to move further up the ladder as they have now overtaken Williams for 6th place in the Constructors. The Renault boys in 8th are not too far behind Williams, only 9 points behind. Red Bull have overtaken Alfa Romeo for 9th place. In regards to the Constructors' Championship, if AlphaTauri can bring the current gap of 171 points down to below 65 after the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, the championship will continue on to the voided cancelled race at the US Grand Prix. However, to assure the Constructors' Championship for next round, all Mercedes need to do is score 25 points. Mercedes winning the Constructors' next round would mean there will be no repeat of the voided US Grand Prix. So that is it. That's what's at stake, guys. That's what's happened. Let's get this stream up and running. Kaboom. There we go. Forgive me if the audio is a bit weird. I did turn down the game volume earlier, so hopefully that's worked out. Let's get everything ready. So the first lap of the day, it's Kai 20.3. We got FBR Nuts did a 23.5 on the mediums. Fury Knight has gone 2nd, 6 tenths behind Kai on the softs with a 20.9. Hard to tell whether that's an an actual representation. Of course, it's a lot more difficult circuit, this. It's a street circuit, Albert Park here in Melbourne, Australia. A fantastic track, do not get me wrong, but it is a challenging track. A few areas which is very easy to lose the car, and there are walls on all sides, of course, which means that a damaged front wing is never too far away. So Nazar currently fastest with a 20.2, Kai there with 20.3, Fury 20.9, Ragnarok 21.5, and currently cruising off the track. Brewdog 21.5, Fitz Red 21.9, Matt Veg in the McLaren, so he's not driving for the AlphaTauri this week, it's the McLaren. And FBR Nut in the 23.5. Invalidated. Oh, ARS is dead. ARS is dead. He's binned it through one of the challenging corners that I mentioned earlier. And, well, that's his... well, his day's gone from bad to worse. Keep an eye on the cars going across the line. Star Fury, 23.0. Marlon Kanga, 21.4. There he is. Now we've got two Mercs going around. Is Nazar doing another lap? No, I don't think so. So it is Icelandic Rob about to put a lap in. Let's see where he can go down the line. Well, to be fair, it was an outlap, so I sort of misjudged that, really. And a little bit anticlimactic, has to be said. About the McLaren that's coming round, is that Ragnarok? Ragnarok in the pits. Is that Sexy's gone and into the wall. Well, another one bit the dust. We've got a Baker here about to complete the lap on the medium tyres. Of course, short qualifying here. Medium tyres on some of the cars here as they look to get their eye in. Use a lot of curbs used. Nothing given. He moves into 9th for 22.4. Now, what about this AlphaTauri in the background? Who is it? Well, both of them are on outlap, so it doesn't really matter. Kiwi's about to set a quick lap as well. We've got the Mercedes of Icelandic Rob gearing up for a quick lap. We go all the way around to the Williams of Deathstar, who is on an outlap. Then we go all the way down to the AlphaTauri of Midfield Maestro, is it? Oh, we've got two Haas cars. Let's have a look where they are. Both on outlaps, as is Fury Knight. So it is actually this car that we're on board with. So Midfield Maestro, is he going to be part of that midfield, or will he get himself to the upper end? Let's find out and see. Oh, he's got a car right in front of him. Gets out of the way very nicely. Maestro around the final corner. Oh, that car's really not going to help him. Well, he goes fourth, actually. It was Fury. It was Fury Knight. So Midfield Maestro maybe was helped. Hard to say really, as Kiwi goes 11th at the Racing Point of FBR not starting a lap. Both McLarens on an outlap. What about the Williams of Deathstar? Let's see how he's doing. There he is. Currently not set a lap time yet. Senna says, good luck everyone. Come on, the Racing Points. Welcome to the stream, Senna. I hope you're well. Down the line we go towards the start-finish line. Death Star moves into third with a 20.5. Very quick lap time that from Death Star. Fury is a fraction up. Oh, he moves into third, 20.3. The fight between AlphaTauri and Mercedes is well and truly on. I can tell you that now. Things look hot here at Albert Park here in Melbourne. Oh, Kanga, I thought you were going to lose it then. Kiwi trickles back to the pits. Matt Veg rounds the final corner. Goes fourth, 20.3. Star Fury in the pits as well. The McLaren goes past the Ragnarok. Is it an improvement for Ragnarok? It is, and he moves into sixth with 21.2. So 7 tenths separate fifth and sixth place. So there is a bit of a gap there that is looking to be played with. Death Star into the pits. Fury doing the same. Now there is a Red Bull just behind him. It's Baker, but he's on an outlap. What about the Mercedes? They're both on outlaps as well. We do have a racing point. Is that Kanga? Kanga currently half a second up. This could move him to a 20.9. Once again, a lot of curb use. Somehow got away with it. Oh, Marlon Kanga. Very nice. 20.0. That's potentially going to be tough to beat. We'll have to wait and see on that one as cars pile past. Matt Veg will be pitting. As does Ragnarok. Both Ferraris on an outlap. What about Baker? How's he doing? There he is. He's currently 8 tenths up, so he could move to a 21.6, which could move him, well, 10th, really. Nothing much, really. But that's just going off the middle sector time. It could be a lot better. We'll have to wait and see. I'll tell you what, most of the cars are, so far this week look very planted on rails around this racetrack. So for me, that's really good to see. Down the line he goes. Where's he going to be? 7th with a 20.7 as NASA goes fastest with a 19.9. Very nice lap time that one by Icelandic Rob. Is he going to be up there? Well, he's 7th, 20.7. 8 tenths behind NASA. What about Scotty? He's usually up there. Is he going to be up there this time? Well, he's nowhere near the end of the lap, so we won't know as of yet. Maestro is on an outlap. As is not... Oh, hello. Who was that off the track? Kiwi. I think Kiwi had a moment there. So there's Scotty. Let's see how he does. Oh, I'm tired tonight, guys, not gonna lie. Oh, interestingly, Scotty pits. Alright. What about Baker? He pits as well. Is NASA going round again? Nope. What about Icelandic Rob? Well, he's invalidated, so it won't count. MFG's on an outlap. We've got a Ferrari going round of Fitz. So far, potentially moving on to a 21-6. Don't think it'll improve the position. '11th, yes it does. So the Ferrari moves up. Oh, midfield Maestro just about getting it turned in for that final corner. And he goes 9th. 20.8. So he gets himself into the 1 minute 20s. Got Nuts potentially coming round up. He's in the pits. And Ragnarok's on an outlap. Kiwi is just taking what will be the new corner. I don't think Fitz is pushing either, so who is actually going to be round to complete another lap? Maestro's 9th, I'd imagine he's taking it very easy, which he is. So if that's the case, then, well, really, the only guys on a lap will be Star Fury. So what we're going to do is ride on board with Star Fury. Like I say, guys, Mr. Nazar is your Division 1 championship. He is your champion in the inaugural season here, and it will be forever written in the history books. For it was written that Mr. Nazar would be the champion of the world. Ride on board with Star Fury. So here we go, round the final corner. Want to try and not allow your car to run too wide due to the penalisation. Running down the main straight, quick as you can, hang it towards the left-hand side, but then chuck it in, clip the apex. Once again, try not to allow your car to run wide, but getting on the power very nicely up towards the treacherous turn 3, where we've seen many accidents over the years. Once again, chuck your car onto the apex, and same here. Try to avoid the curb on the outside, which he does very nicely. Just about full throttle through there, then up towards a really tricky corner, which he does very nicely. And towards, I hate that corner with a passion. I'm not going to lie, the Racing Point gets out of the way, up, running alongside the lake. Towards the treacherous turns 11 and 12. We'll see how he does through here. Seemed a little bit cautious. We took a bit of a wider line going into there, but that's just me. Takes that corner nicely. Got the power quite nicely as well, actually. Not really any spin off the rear tyres. We're powering down towards the start-finish line. Was it an improvement? It was by a second, and he moves to 14th place with a 22.0. Decent lap there. Decent lap. Let's have a look and see how the Mercedes are doing. Well, Nazar is on a quick lap now. There he is as he goes into turn 1. Let's see how the Ferrari does. Has he improved? No, it's Scotty beginning lap. What about the Red Bull? He is on an actual lap. Let's see how he does. Does he improve? He goes across the line. He does. He moves into 5th. 20.3. Bit of a lock up there. Will Fury finish the lap? I think he will. Takes the corner as aggressively as he can. Is it an improvement? It is, and he moves 3rd with a 20.280. Let's have a look now at the Williams of Death Star. He's in the pits. What about Kanga? Does he take pole? He does! 19.9, currently the fastest man out there. This will be really interesting to see if he can keep it. What about Matt? Is he 6th? Yes, he is, but he's currently quicker in the middle sector. Is it enough for him to go fastest? He goes 3rd with a 20.1. Now let's see where the Alfa Romeo is of Kiwi. He moves into 15th. We've got the two Mercedes here running line astern. Nazar's invalidated, so it won't count. What about Icelandic Rob? So Marlon Kanga's looking very good for pole position here. Rob goes across the line, it's an improvement, moves into 6th. What about the Ferrari now of Scotty? Where's he going to go? Scotty jumps up to only 14th for Scotty. Very unusual. There we go. What about Ragnarok? He's currently P9. He's crawling back to the pits. Star Fury, he's off the track as well. So that is your order then, guys, for the Grand Prix to come. Let's have a look. Vulcan, welcome to the stream, man. I hope you're well. MFG says 5-minute break between qualifying and the race. Yes, sirree, bub. I think that's how a lot of leagues do it. And to be fair, it's perfect because it gives you time to reset, get the fuel, go have a toilet break, get a drink, and set yourself down for the Australian Grand Prix. Interesting that everyone's on the soft tyres. It'd be interesting to see how strategy plays out. I didn't think softs would be the tyre of choice around here, purely because I'm pretty certain they go off rather quickly. Just waiting on someone. There we go. So let's go through the order then. So Marlon Kanga takes pole position at the Australian Grand Prix with Nazar in the Mercedes second, looking very good for their Constructors' Challenge. Matt Veg third. Fury, once again, the lead AlphaTauri, only 3 tenths behind in 4th place, doing a very good job. Kai, 5th, a fantastic 5th for Kai. Icelandic Rob, 6th. Baker, 7th. Death Star, 8th. Ragnarok, a fantastic 9th. Not seen Ragnarok this high up in a long time. MFG, 10th in the top 10 again. Midfield Maestro, 11th. Fitz, 12th. Brewdog, 13th. Scotty, 14th. Star Fury, 15th. Kiwi, 16th. The Nut is 17th. Sexy, 18th after crashing into the pit wall. And ARS, 19th. And last, due to spinning off coming out of turn 4. Oh, you're stuck. You're stuck at work till 3 AM. Well, man, you better keep yourself company then. You better keep us company then until 1:30, which is when we're normally done, which leaves you only 90 minutes left. So there we go, mate. You've got F1 action to keep you occupied. You had the football earlier. Now you've got me. Your night, man, has been sensational purely for that reason. It does look dry for the race, which is good. As we said, guys, Mercedes do have quite a commanding lead in the championships, over 170 points, but due to the fact that everyone scores points here, and it's 35 points for a win, there is still quite a lot to play for with the rounds that remain. Yes, sir, you better. There's nothing worse than being bored sat at work, so why not Vulcan? Why not? Let me entertain you with IUF1. If I was to upload this to YouTube, I'd probably end up getting copyrighted for that. Yeah, okay. I mean, way to go to Dash in My Dreams, Vulcan. Thanks, you know. I was hoping I could make it as a singer, but, you know. Too mean. Oh, so there's definitely a more relaxed feeling around the paddock here this week, with the championship clinched by Mr. Nazar last time out in Brazil, which was a fun race to commentate on. Was it Brazil? I can't remember. I'm pretty certain it was Brazil. It was a fun race to commentate on, and like I said, Nazar doing the job that he had to do, comes home to win the race and take the championship. like I said, the last time out in Mexico was basically the round where Fury sort of threw in the towel a bit in regards to the championship, purely because he had like 70 odd points or 80 odd points, whatever it was, to try and close down. So decided to go over to the wheel, which meant that he wasn't as quick as he has been. So there's the whole I mean, like I said, the thing with Fury is we know for a fact that he practices and practices and practices. So, like I say, he'll be a lot more comfortable this week purely because he would have put in the practice time. So it's good to see. That's why he's back up there. I wonder how many drivers are DUI, driving under the influence. I think, who is it now? I think that I will recognise it when it Fitz. I think Fitz is drunk. So far, I think he's the only one who's like sort of gone, which around the street circuit is not what you need. Of course, guys, Albert Park has been with us since 1996, classified as an old school circuit now, of course, around the Albert Park circuit in Melbourne. The first race was won by Damon Hill. It should have been Jack Villeneuve in the Williams Renault, but Villeneuve damaged his engine, had a bit of an oil leak, and had to let Damon Hill through to take the victory. In 97, we had Jean Alesi run out of fuel. Heinz Howard Frentzen in the Williams, brake explode. Villeneuve out at turn 1, which basically handed the race to David Coulthard in the McLaren. 98 was all about the McLarens of Hakkinen and Coulthard. Hakkinen winning, but not as convincingly as it should have been due to Hakkinen thinking he heard something over the radio, which brought him into the pits, let Coulthard through. Looked like Coulthard was going to win until Coulthard decided to slow down and allow Hakkinen through to take the victory, which I think McLaren were heavily penalised for. 99 was a bit of a messy race. That was all a double retirement for Hakkinen and Coulthard. Schumacher was a lap down. So the race was won by Eddie Irvine in the Ferrari for his very first win. 2000 though, Schumacher and Ferrari finally got it right. He came through to win. He did the same in 2001, but we saw that horrible crash between Ralf Schumacher in the Williams and Villeneuve in the BAL, which unfortunately cost the Marshal his life. And then we had a really enormous crash again involving Ralf Schumacher the following year in 2002, jumping over the back of Barrichello's Ferrari going into turn 1, which caused a humongous pile-up behind a load of cars. I think 9 cars were eliminated at turn 1, and somehow the race still managed to carry on. 2003 should have been won by Schumacher, but he had a barge board failure, which meant he had to pit. Juan Pablo Montoya should have won it, but he spun, which allowed David Coulthard in McLaren to take his final F1 victory. The 13 victories he had in Formula 1 in 2003 was his last one. In 2004, Ferrari showed that they were back. They put the tyre troubles that they had in 2003 behind them and dominated the Australian Grand Prix. But 2005 was a different story with the regulations brought in, which meant you had to basically stay on the same tyre throughout the whole race. Sort of really hampered Ferrari and whatnot, which allowed Renault, McLaren, BAR to sort of dominate that season. And it was the Renault Giancarlo Fisichella winning that day. 2006, it was a Jenson Button pole, but unfortunately it wasn't to be for him. His engine blew up on the final lap in 8th place. This gave, we saw a crash involving Michael Schumacher coming out the final corner. It was a cool day, so some drivers did find it very hard to get their tyres warmed up. But eventually it was Fernando Alonso in the Renault that won the race that day. 2007, of course, saw the debut of Lewis Hamilton driving for McLaren, starting in 4th place. We saw him swooping round the outside of Kubica in the BMW and his teammate Fernando Alonso into turn 3 to come home and get a 3rd place finish after being jumped by Alonso in the 2nd round of pit stops. In 2008, Hamilton won the Grand Prix very convincingly. In 2009, not quite so. It was new regulations. The McLaren wasn't that good, although he did pass Jarno Trulli under yellow flags. But it was Jenson Button in the Brawn. The Brawn, born from the death of Honda. And somehow he came through to win the race in what was a fairy tale season. In 2010, Button wins again, but for McLaren this time. In sort of changing conditions. 2011 saw Vettel win it in what was a dominant season for him. 2012 saw Button win again, even though Hamilton had pole, but for whatever reason, I think it was a loose wheel or something like that, allowed Button to take the victory. 2013 saw... Was it Vettel who won in 2013? I think it may have been. It was like Vettel or Alonso who won in 2013. I'm not quite sure. Gonna rename me Statman. Oh, Kango, watch out. 2014 was the dawn of the hybrid era. 2014 was the dawn of the hybrid era. Saw Mercedes look rather peerless. Rosberg ran away and hid. We saw retirements though from Hamilton in the Mercedes and Vettel in the Red Bull as well, as they had problems with their power units. 2015 was all about Hamilton. 2016 was all about Rosberg. 2017 was all about 2017 and 18 was all about Vettel jumping Hamilton under VSCs. 2019, I think it was all about Bottas. And of course, 2020, we didn't have a race in Australia. So there we go. That has been a rough summary of the Australian Grand Prix, guys. So as the guys get ready, you can see that the majority of them are on the soft tyres. The red wall tyre, which is quick but degrades quickly. We have a couple of guys further down the field on the medium tyres. Of course, if you start outside the top 10, you get to choose whatever tyre you start on. So a few of them choosing the medium tyre, which is the yellow wall, which is quick, not as quick as the softs, but more durable. And then we have Midfield Maestro, the only man on the hard tyre, the white wall tyre. It's a slow tyre, but very, very durable. It would be interesting to see if he has the pace from the off and if he can stay out of trouble. Or will he get swallowed up? Be interesting to see. Good luck, everyone. Indeed, Nazar, I hope you have a very good race. Let's see how this one turns out. So, the lights are about to count down here in Australia. Let's get ready for them. Where are they, Mr. Director? Show me where those lights are. It's 1, it's 2, it's 3, it's 4, it's 5. It's lights out and away we go. Looked like Nazar got the better start there. Yes, he did. Oh, he's been hit by Kanga already. And, oh, I'm interested to see how that one turned out. Well, Nazar still there, but was very aggressive by Marlon Kanga. Unfortunately, the board is sort of all over the place. I don't really know what's going on. There has been an accident, though, down the field. We have a virtual safety car. There's a Renault and MFG as well. I wonder if they just came together. Nope, MFG has wing damage. That is unfortunate. He started 10th. He's a long way down. And we'll have to pit as well. So we'll have to wait for this virtual safety car period to end. And I think it's about to see that Nazar is getting ready to go. Kanga's bolted. And we're racing once again in Australia. So here we go. Overtaking can happen. Sexy is already ahead of Scotty. Oh, Scotty's got barely any front wing there. So let's keep an eye and see where the moves are as Star Fury goes right round the outside of midfield Maestro. Of course, Maestro on the hard tyres, so he hasn't got the grip at this minute in time. So wouldn't say the cleanest the first laps that we've had, but it's certainly been interesting. And there's certainly been changes. Now, was that Maestro into the pits? Yes, it is. Has he got a puncture? Midfield Maestro comes in, and it's a wing change at a 5-second stop go. All right then. Well, that's certainly interesting. Now let's have a look at the action through the field. So Kanga still leads, but only by half a second in front of Mr. Nazar. We want to see Kai though. There it is. It's Kai all over the back of Fury Knight. Fury feeling to go defensive into this corner. You can just see he took the racing line very late. Probably not used to racing or defending really. So this is a whole new experience. He needs to find his centre. It'd be interesting to see what Kai can do. Oh, the Mercedes there of Icelandic Rob getting very leery out of the curb there of turn 13. Already there's a gap building between Death Star and Star Fury. So the top 8 are going to try and run and hide. Death Star looking very interested in the back of that Red Bull. There he is. What can he do? Exactly. I mean, Australia's not really known for its overtaking points. If you're going to try it, you're going to have to try it like really well and pick your moment. Kai looking very close though to the back of Fury Knight. We'll have the DRS for the first time. He'll gain, but it's not close enough. Okay, Nazar looks very close to the back of Marlon Kanga at this point. He's lost 3 attempts going through that other corner though, so Kanga really got the jump on him. But 2 doses of DRS will bring Nazar back into play. He'll have a cheeky look into turn 1, try and distract Kanga. Now it's the run up to turn 3 that's important, but I don't think Nazar is close enough, is he? Will he try and send one down the inside? No, he will not. Oh, look at that, Death Star and Star Fury. No, sorry, it's ARS and Star Fury. Star Fury feeling the need to go real defensive there. And the two of them are like side by side, almost going up towards turn 6. A bit wide though. Now it's the Williams going to try and send one down here. He's definitely up the inside. The Williams is through. That's a good move that from ARS. Through he goes. And onwards he goes. Ooh, let's have a look at Nazar. Really putting Kanga under a lot of pressure here. Matt Veg just keeping a watching brief in 3rd. With Fury and Kai fighting over 4th and 5th. So you can see, look at that, a lot better speed for Nazar there going through the final corner. And it is a simple move in the end for Nazar. And Nazar leads the Grand Prix. That did not take long. 5 laps and the champion leads his minions. Kanga just doesn't look comfortable. I don't know if it was due to the fact of being chased by Nazar, but whatever it was, Kanga just never looked right from the off. He had a horrible start. and sort of barged wheels with Nasr. And the penalties come flying in, which is to be expected around this track. Now, Ragnarok, is he close enough to do anything about the Renault in front of him? Well, DRS is open. Now it is, will he use ERS to try and gain on him? He will, but he just dropped off a little bit through the turns 11 and 12. Now, Rob doing a really good job here, holding back Death Star. Seeing really 3 cars in one helicopter shot there. You can just about see them all. So this is a really good racing, this. Icelandic Rob about 2 seconds behind Kai. It's really interesting if Death Star can actually do anything. Instead, it actually looks like Baker is the one more likely to make a move here. But Rob didn't quite get the best of exits coming off there. If anything, it looked like Death Star was just a bit closer. But once again, just going through these sequence of corners, probably one of the most difficult corner sequences on the calendar. For some, myself included. And it's all about confidence. And at the minute, confidence... Well, to be fair, no, confidence is an issue through those corners. You need it. And into the pits goes Baker. So Baker's getting rid of the soft tyres. Now, will that free up Death Star for a move? Let's keep an eye on him, see if he can do it. Not close enough, I'm afraid. As I said earlier in this race, this track isn't exactly known for its overtaking points. So, like I said, you've got to be absolutely sure you're going to pass the car in front of you. Now, interestingly, oh, yellow flag sector 3. It is a racing point. It's Marlon Kanga. Marlon Kanga is out of the Grand Prix. He's binned it through the treacherous turns 11 and 12. We've seen it happen, and there is the mangled remains of Marlon Kanga, clearly trying too hard to keep up with Nasr, and in the end, it's cost him dearly. And now the safety car has come out and made an appearance. So, Fury's in the pits. Kai's in the pits. This is going to be interesting now. Let's have a look at Fury. He's gone straight onto the hard tyres. Is he going to get held up? There's a bit of a pit glitch there, so no is the answer. Now, is it me? Or is Nasr behind the safety car? He is! Oh, joys of joys, mainly because of entertainment value. Mr. Nasr and Matt Veg have been absolutely hampered here beyond belief. Purely because they have been caught by the safety car, which means that Fury, at this minute in time, has a net lead. He's gaining all the time on this, and to be fair, there is still a pretty big gap to the cars behind, so the deficit might not be as bad, but we're certainly going to see a Nasr charge. I know, Senna unlucky Vulcan says Nasser will disappear now. He will disappear from the lead as he pits. Surely he'll pit this lap. He's very close behind that safety car. You don't want to get too close. Like a lot of people have hit the safety car in the past. Now, the question is, does Nasser pit? He has to. He has to, and so does Matt Veg. Oh, what a pit stop! What a pit stop by the Mercedes boys. That was just beautiful. Down to 9th. Where is he going to filter out? Mr. Nasser is down in 13th. So Nasser and Matt Veg were leading this Grand Prix after the retirement of Marlon Kanga, which brought out the safety car, and for whatever reason they were beyond the pits but beyond the safety car as well, which allowed the safety car to come out of the pits and pick them up whilst the others behind them pitted for new tyres. Yep, Nasser says the safety car screwed him. It has screwed you. I'm not quite sure the reasoning why it screwed you so much and why you weren't able to pit. Maybe it was round the final corner as the safety car was coming out. But it's a challenge now for you, Nasser. You are the champion of this division for a reason. Now is your time to show why. In the meantime, we have the AlphaTauris in 1st and 16th. We have a Mercedes in 3rd and 13th. So, like I say, looking good for Fury Knights. He will more than likely stay out for the rest of this race, providing there isn't another safety car, which around this track is certainly not guaranteed. Penalties left, right and centre though already. Penalties for Kai, penalties for Baker, penalties for ARS, penalties for Scotty, Star Fury, Nut, Brewdog, Maestro, MFG. Are these all stop and goes? Well, I don't normally do this, but let's find out, because I'm actually really interested. How many stop and goes is there? Well, there's midfield Maestro for corner cutting. Corner cutting? Oh my god, we don't often see that. But any behind the safety car is what I'm interested in. Well, we got Star Fury who was speeding in the pit lane. Other than that, they actually did really well. So they're genuinely corner cut warnings. So now, the whole field is together, so do expect the safety car to pit in this lap. Which means, guys, that action is about to commence. And we are surely going to see a Nasser charge through the field. He has absolutely nothing to lose. He'll be angry at the fact that the safety car has screwed him over. He looked like he was going to be leading this Grand Prix very comfortably. So, the safety car is coming in this lap. Fury Knights is now the safety car. It is up to every car in front or behind the other car to watch out and just make sure you've got enough room in case the other car in front of you brakes and starts weaving, so that you have got enough room to counteract that and make sure you don't turn into the car that is with you. So when will Fury burst? Well, it looks like now. Fury not quite with the traction that he wanted through there. Here we go, powering down towards turn 1. Oh, I'm really interested to see how this is. Why are these guys got 5-second penalties? Well, I'm not quite sure. What the hell is going on back here? Why are these guys only just crossing the road? I mean, it's all going higgledy-piggledy, and Mr. Nazar's already up to 10th, so he's already made up 3 positions, but someone was playing silly buggers. And not there, going defensive. Well, ran a bit wide, sorry. Also has the Renault all over his gearbox. There's Nazar, midfield maestro, gets past Kiwi. I do apologise. Kai leads the Grand Prix. Kai leads the Grand Prix on lap 11. He now has the chance to try and run away. Fury, I think, is suffering with tyres. The tyres haven't warmed up yet, and the medium runners are all over him. Although he has got Rob as a bit of a backer at the minute. Death Star there as well. Let's have a look now at Nazar as he looks to try and pass Scotty as the Renault of Star Fury breaks really late into the penultimate corner and almost drives into the back of Nazar. Nazar not quite using the ERS, he's still got about 80% there. You can see everyone dying all about back and forth down the field. Matt Veg going round the outside of Brewdog, admittedly off the track, so if I was you, mate, I'd give that position back, which he has done, so he's free to overtake again in my book. But once again, oh, he's kept his nose in there, has he? No. Really good stuff here. Like I said, don't know why these guys are so far back. Someone was clearly playing silly buggers under the safety car. Oh, hello. That is Death Star looking very interested in the back of Icelandic Rob, of course. Oh, Death Star got out of shape. There, the dirty air really threw him off. And if anything, Rob looks like he's about to pass Fury. Fury didn't quite get the traction coming out of the final corner. I don't know if it was a mistake or what. But whatever it is, it's not quite working. He needs to use the ERS because he's going to have Death Star almost going around the outside of it. Sort of gave him a chop. Nazar's still 10th, but we have a car. Yellow flag. It's all fun and games here in Albert Park as Nazar still can't find a way through. Scotty was on 11 lap old hards. How long will Scotty stay on them tyres for? And will he continue to fight Nazar? Let's have a look now as Nazar gains. Nazar clearly has a tyre advantage at this point, and probably a pace advantage as well. Out. Sorry about that. And here we go. Just once again, the DRS is open, but it's not close enough to make a move, and he knows that. Oh, Ragnarok and Sexy battling into turn 1, and Ragnarok wins this duel. Was that Sexy touching the back end? I think it may have been. He just lost control ever so slightly. And Sexy not close enough for a comeback. Nazar not close enough either. I mean, he'll be gaining towards the end of the straight, but he's not really close enough to make a move. Nazar is close though, and he just needs to put Scotty under pressure, force him into a mistake. Will it happen? Oh, quite unsure. Death Star though, and Icelandic Rob really close together now, with Baker in tow as well. Is Death Star closest to make a move? No, not quite. Fury really hanging on to this car. Right on board. Nope. Rob's not close enough, so I'll keep an eye on Nazar, who once again it's just not close enough to Scotty, but of course he'll gain on him. I get the DRS and the ERS. I don't quite know. Oh, hello, that's Baker going through. Baker round the outside of the Williams of Death Star. Does he keep the move? Death Star tries to fight back, but Baker had the inside, and he takes the position away. Look at Nazar now, down the inside, and I think Nazar ran wide in frustration of trying to get past that Ferrari, outbroke himself into turn 3, and Scotty took the position back. Good awareness that from Scotty, and a rare mistake from Mr. Nazar, who is already annoyed. Cesena says that the hards always fall off after a few laps, then it comes back to you mid-tyre life, and I keep knocking my headset off. Look at Death Star. Oh my god, they're actually connected. Death Star and Rob there really... Baker's already passed. Baker's already passed Icelandic Rob and got into 3rd place. So this is really annoying for Death Star, who was right behind. Be interesting to see if Baker could do anything about Fury going into turn 3. He'll certainly try as Ragnarok moves into 6th, making a move, and they're through. Baker squeezes Fury over a little bit. Fury didn't quite get the traction he ran out, and it's that the Mercedes going around the outside. He has the inside line to the corner, but decides to back out. Really good awareness going through, and this is Death Star now, and Nazar has passed Scotty. Scotty has led him through. Now Nazar has a 6-second gap to close on, and with Nazar's pace you will not expect anything less. Be interesting to see who fights him and who doesn't. So Nazar on a charge. Fury now has dropped down to 3rd place, but the 2 medium runners now lead this Grand Prix. It's Kai in the Haas and Baker in the Red Bull. Who's that in the pits? It is Ragnarok. Ragnarok in the pits, as well as the Williams of ARS. ARS has had an accident and he's pitting for a new wing. That's really unfortunate, but once again that means that that's a position gained for Nazar, who still has Scotty on his gearbox as well. And he's really quickly gaining on Sexy. Like, he's literally took 5 seconds out of Sexy in 2 laps. It's quite amazing pace, this, it really has to be said. Star Fury looks like he's building a few cars behind. There's the Racing Point, the McLaren and the AlphaTauri looking for ways through. Nasser, I don't think Sexy will fight too hard, if I'm honest. He's on 9-lap-old mediums now. Does he pull into the pits? Yes, he does. Yields the position. Now, thankfully for Nasser, it gives him DRS, which will fend off Scotty this time around. I'm keeping an eye on who's making moves. Doesn't look like anyone's close enough at this minute. Nasser now 11.6 seconds. Oh! Brewdog's round wide and through goes MFG. Turn 3 catching him out once again. Holy hell, there is quite a queue. You said there was a queue before. Well, we have Nut and Matt Veg fighting over 9th and 10th. Matt really hasn't been able to do anything since the safety car. He's been stuck in this pack with absolutely nothing to do. And Nasser's already taken a second out of Death Star. 10 laps to go in this already. Oh my god. Wow. 10 laps to go. It's looking... Oh, let's see Yellow flying us around. And the Renault of Star Fury is out. Don't be surprised if a safety car comes out. Star Fury... And we do have a safety car. Star Fury dropped it on the exit of the final corner a la Michael Schumacher in 2006. That was really interesting, and this really does help Mr. Nasser. He will surely pit for new tyres, as will everyone else. Now, is that Baker with wing damage? Baker's dropped off quite a bit. There was a yellow flag before. No, it isn't. That's just the gap between them. There was a yellow flag earlier on. Now, I'm not quite sure why. Maybe it was for Kiwi getting lapped. Now, surely they're all just going to put on the soft tyre. Kai gets a 3-second time penalty. Not quite sure why. Soft tyres on for Kai. Same for Baker. Nasser doesn't pit. Now, this is interesting. Nasser on 11-lap-old hards hasn't pitted and has a number of guys on fresh softs roaming around behind him. It is indeed softs to the end for a lot of these guys. Matt hasn't pitted. Nasser hasn't pitted. You have to say that it's probably the wrong decision. But we said that about Nasser before. A few races ago, I can't quite remember which one it was, but I'm sure there was a race where I thought Nasser had failed to capitalise on a safety car and pit for a fresh set of tyres. He didn't. He stayed out, but he still managed to fend off the cars behind. So don't be surprised if we see that happen here today, because once again, Albert Park really isn't an overtaking circuit. Brewdog's been on the brew tonight, has he? Well, he certainly hasn't been up to the pace, that's for sure. The Reynolds usually run inside the top 10, or just outside. As we now wait for the pack to catch up, which will... Oh, there's a McLaren in the pits. That's Matt Veg. Matt in the pits. Now, this is interesting purely for the fact that he is going to drop a load of positions because basically he's going to drop to last. Matt is going to be last by the end of this safety car, although not exactly last because Kiwi's been lapped. Veg has been shafted twice now by the safety car. I think he shafted himself. The first one, yes. The second one shafted himself by not pitting originally at the first opportunity he got, but that's just me thinking out loud. Yes, it will, but I don't think it'll be on the game. And the safety car is in this lap. So Kai is the safety car. It's up to every car behind Kai now to watch out for the car in front of him to make sure that they don't hit him. Just keep it nice and usual. So, how is Nasser going to fare at this restart? I know I'm just focusing on him at the minute, but like I said, this is the story of the race. Nasser had the lead, was screwed over by the first safety car, dropped to 13th, and now, due to the second safety car, worked his way back up to second. Kiwi gets out the way very nicely. Off goes Kai, thundering down the road. Who's around for overtakes? Let's wait and see. ARS down the inside of the Ferrari of Scotty. There's wing damage, and I think it's the Ferrari. No, it's not. The Ferrari, though. Down the inside, what about? Well, Nasser's already lost the position to the Red Bull. And now he has his title rival behind him. Fury, will he find a way through? He has to. There's a lot of respect between them two, though, so don't be surprised if you don't see a dive bomb. Yellow flag, sector 2. It looks like a racing point, I'm afraid, as Sexy dives down the inside of midfield Maestro, or at least defends the place. They're all over the place. They're dying about left, right, and centre. Who's going to survive? Who's going to die? Well, Fitz. Oh, there's a McLaren being forced off. Midfield Maestro with huge wing damage. It's been a race to forget for Maestro, Aston it said. Oh, look at Fury and how close he is behind that Mercedes. Mercedes got a little bit out of shape, but on the run up to turn 3, will he send the move down into it? He dives down the inside, has the initial grip. You see Nasser lock up. His teammate even has a look. Two Mercedes are poised here very well, 4th and 5th. They need to think of the driver of the Constructors' Championship here and not risk taking each other out, but will Rob play the team game? Because at this minute in time, Nasser is not going to have a podium. Yellow flag, sector 2, out of the race goes Rob. Rob's gone. We have a virtual set. How was he ended up there? Well, not really. And as I was talking about a potentially good points finish for both Mercedes, one of them has dropped out, and it's Fury that is the lead car. Oh, that's wide that by Sexy, and that's going to surely allow MFG to have a huge run at him. What's going on in the pits? Death Star pits. He must have had wing damage, or is it a drive-through? It looks like a wing damage. Now, MFG, are you going to go for a move? Not at the minute, you're not. He's certainly going to have a look into turn 3, though. He just needs to get the traction up. Can he do it? Well, Sexy's gone defensive, but will MFG pop out? No, he won't. Oh, once again, very slow on the traction is Sexy, and it nearly caught MFG out. Scotty needs to gain on Nazar. Nazar's already caught up with the back of Fury. What's that, Brewdog? The Ferrari, oh, that's a big hit! Between the Ferrari and the Renault, I generally think the car got out of shape. And well, there's wing damage for those guys now. And the safety car has made a final appearance. MFG out of the race through turns 11 and 12. Why is Baker pitted? It's a wing change for Baker. Okay, so that lifts Nazar into third. So the field will once again bunch right back up, which is bad news for Nazar, because he is on 16 lap old hards. And the lead that Kai built has been eradicated, which is a disaster, because at the minute Fury doesn't have a penalty. No Vulcan it was, to be fair. It was a lot of scruffiness. Was that sort of end of season feel to it? Not quite end of season, but I said with the championship having already been decided, it's all about the constructors. So the unfortunate MFG out of this Grand Prix. Doesn't have much luck as the old codger, but he tries his best. He's had some good races this season, he's had some bad races, and unfortunately this will fall into the bad category. Oh, Baker's hit someone. Has he got wing damage because of it? Let's have a look. Oh, he has. Baker's got wing damage, so he's tapped the back of Nut. Two McLarens, line astern in 8th and 9th. Safety car in this lap. Three laps to go. Once again, Kai becomes the safety car. Fury for the win, we'll have to wait and see. I don't think Fury has the out-and-out pace. Although I'd love to see him do it. And will Nazar be able to hang on now? This is for certain. He's got to wait for the safety car to get into the pit lane. So he is rather close, actually. And he's done it. It's a really good restart from Kai. And if anything, Fury is under pressure from Nazar. Fury had to back off because of it. Oh, he's got damage. Fury's got damage. That's why. Now, did he hit the back of Kai? I'm not quite sure. Already there's a yellow flag. Sexy is also got wing damage. This is a very messy race, guys. Fury will try and hang it out, surely. Let's have a look at Scotty. Scotty senses an opportunity, but there's a yellow flag in Sector 1. Not in Sector 2, though. Big lock-up from Nazar. If Scotty's going to get past, the time has to be now. Now, interestingly, Nazar goes defensive. Oh, careful. I thought there was another wing going there. Oh, the Williams really close as well. Okay, Scotty right on board with him for a lap as he battles Nazar. You can see Nazar looking to try and see if he can pass Fury Knights. Those two battling. For the constructors, Scotty cuts the corner, unsettles the car, which doesn't really give him much to play with. Will Nazar try and dive down the inside? No, he won't. There's a yellow flag once again in Sector 1. It looks like midfield Maestro with a problem yet again. Scotty, you need to be closer. You need to be closer. He knows it, he senses it, but look how quick Nazar is coming off the corners. Had to back off there. Wasn't the best of lines by Scotty. We'll see Nazar looking for the inside line, putting Fury under a tremendous amount of pressure. Don't be surprised if we see an overtake here. That's right on board with Nazar. As we start the final lap, he goes out as a look. Nothing on offer. We'll try and get Fury into turn 3. Car was a bit unsettled going through the middle of that corner. He gains, he gains, he gains. Pulls out once again, tries to go for a look. It's the brakes. Fury putting his car in all the right places. Oh, but Fury's gone wide. Nazar's through. And that, oh no, that's Fury. Fury sideways. And that's absolutely crucial for the championship. Well, constructors anyway. And Scotty sort of barges his way through. But to be fair, this man has looked, I wouldn't say looked, he has controlled it since the safety car. He did everything he had to do. The second restart was mega. Not quite sure if there was damage. But here we go now. Across the line. It's a win for Kai in Australia. Mr. Nazar will somehow be on the podium for this race. I'm pretty certain of it. Fury goes third. Fitz down to fourth. Ragnarok fifth. Matt sixth. Scotty seventh. ARS eighth. Death Star ninth. Brewdog 10th. FBR Nut 11th. Midfield Maestro 12th. Baker 13th. Sexy will be 14th. And Kiwi is 15th. Well, I will say this. A great win for Haas. That'll be some solid points in the bag. But it has to be said that this race was very, very messy. Yet somehow Mr. Nazar comes out laughing. Well, not fully, because he'll be really annoyed about the safety car. But he'll love the fact that out of the battle between Mercedes and AlphaTauri, it's Mercedes that have come out on top. Be interested to hear what these guys say in the press briefing. Scotty dropped down quite a bit in the end, unfortunately. But let's have a look now. So let's invite the party. Invite the party. Invite the party. Well, I am absolutely exhausted after that one. I mean, absolutely nothing for 10 laps, then boom, absolutely everything. But it is Kai and Haas that win here today, and we'll start off with the race winner as well. Kai, that race looked very controlled once the safety cars were out the way, and you especially nailed the second safety car restart. Tell us, include your audio, and tell us about your race.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a good race. The safety car had me on edge a little bit, especially the last one, because I had a gap, and then I was just hoping that I could just drive to the end. Then kind of had to redo it again at the last safety car. But I was surprised with my pace on softs, which was very nice. But yeah, it was a good race. I got to thank Fury earlier because he didn't let me through, but he made it a bit easier.
Well, like I say, man, congratulations on the win. You started fifth. You got anything to say about any of the overtakes or moves, or did you just look into first place?
I mean, it's pretty much luck. I don't think I really overtook anyone too crazily or anything. I mean, the only battle I remember is with Fury, but that didn't last too long. So that was it.
Well, you go off, man. Celebrate a fantastic victory with the Haas team. No doubt they surely will be partying late on into the evening. So well done, mate, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Moving on to second place, and yet again, somehow comes out relatively smiling, is Mr. Nazar. Somehow at this point, at one point in the Grand Prix, was 13th, and yet even on the hard tyres, surrounded by guys on softs and mediums, he somehow finds his way into second place. Nazar, tell us about your race.
Well, gosh, where do we even start? So, yeah, to begin with, starting second, battling with, spent the first part of the race battling with Marlon Kanga, so quite a good battle with Marlon Kanga. Obviously, then he lost control of the car, and that caused the first safety car. I didn't get the safety car message until I drove past the pit lane, so me and Matt Veg had to do a lap on the safety car.
Ooh.
And then had to pit, and then ended up back in like P13, so yeah, it wasn't the best. And then when the safety car came in, you had like 3 or 4 guys who were just not moving for some reason, so I had to pass them guys, put me like 3.5 down, so yeah, it's just one of them races really, so sometimes it's up to side, sometimes it's not. But yeah, good going to Kai anyway. I drove a good pace and yeah, did what he needed to do to win, so Then
Yeah.
coming to the end, just coming to the end of that race, yeah, just battle with, with Fury, and then I did a good battle with Scotty as well. So yeah, it's proper back and forth stuff. So I enjoyed it. It was a bit frustrating, obviously, having to go to the back of the grid again, but it's actually quite fun, like battling through the grid. So yeah,
It's nice having other cars around you, isn't it?
I guess so. Yeah.
But yeah, like I say, and yet somehow it's Mercedes that come out smiling in the constructors again. I'm pretty certain. Obviously, shaming that your teammate wasn't able to capitalise on what would have been a really strong finish for both your cars. But you still somehow finish in front of both AlphaTauri, so you've got to be happy with that. Also, tell us about the start as well, because I noticed that you and Kanga sort of touched on the way into turn one. Now, I don't know if that was Kanga being overly aggressive, or whether that was just lost control of the car.
Yeah, I think Kanga was being a bit overly aggressive. He didn't get a very good start off the line, really. So
I'll be honest, that's probably one of the worst starts from Paul I have seen with you guys.
Yeah, I literally got past him, I think, 100, 200 metres before we got to turn one. And then, I just saw Marlon was about to literally. It's kind of like a Michael Schumacher-esque sort of move. It's either I go past you or so I just decided to back out. Ended up getting myself picking up a warning because of backing out, but you just gotta think long term, really. So
you do. Well, like I say, man, congratulations, and we'll see you next week if there's a race next week.
we're in Abu Dhabi, last race.
Abu Dhabi. What are your thoughts on that track, and are you looking forward to nailing the championship for Mercedes?
Well, I think because of today, I think we won the constructors today. I believe. I just needed to score 25 points today, so we've managed to wrap that up. But in terms of Abu Dhabi, I've not actually done many online or Grand Prix races at Abu Dhabi. So as I say, just need to do a bit of practice. But for the little ones I've done there, I've enjoyed it. So let's have an enjoyable race. Hopefully it's as good as this race was today.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens next week with Abu Dhabi being usually quite unpredictable regarding tyre strategies and whatnot. People do sort of all sorts, so it'll be interesting to see what goes on there. So we'll see you next week, and congratulations on, well, if what you say is true, clinching the championship for your constructors.
Thank you.
Moving on to third place, and it's the man who has resulted to leaving the trusted pad, going to a steering wheel, and is now on the podium in his second race using it. Fury, it's good to have you back after a couple of races away.
Yeah.
Tell us about your race.
So I coming into it, obviously on my wheel, not really expecting to do much. Obviously Nazar and that still got the advantage, not because they're on control, but because I'm still getting used to the wheel. But I was surprised by how close my pace was. Like in the first part of my stint, I was keeping up with Nazar, Kanga, and Kai, and then I got lucky with the safety car coming out. And then saw that Kai went on medium, so I just, he mentioned it. I let him go because I was just going to lose time, and I thought his tyres would eventually drop off. But then obviously the second safety car came out, wheel pitted, went soft, but I got wing damage, so that hampered me. And then I had a little moment on the second to last lap, or the last lap, at the end of sector 1, just managed to save it, or I would have been in the wall. But yeah, a pretty scrappy race today, to be honest. I think, some of the driving was a bit questionable, not from any of the guys on the podium and not from any of the guys that were racing around me, but from what I've heard behind us, it was a scrappy race. So it was good to be back at the front. And
it was very, very scrappy. I'm not gonna lie, it's very unusual to say that with this league, but Australia being Australia, it can happen.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's Abu Dhabi next week. Sounds like pretty much nothing to play for, so you can just go gung-ho. Tell us about your thoughts on it.
Well, like I say, go for it. That's the only reason I've come on wheel for my last few races, just to enjoy them rather than sit there concentrating like a madman for an hour. But yeah, it's a track I've tried on wheel, and it's a track I'm comfortable with on my wheel. So maybe we'll see Maiden Fury win on the wheel. Who knows?
Maybe.
Do a Red Bull,
Maybe.
carry
That
the
would be-
momentum into next season. Who knows?
That would be very interesting. That would be very interesting to see. Well, there we go, guys. That's the thoughts and opinions of everyone. Congratulations once again to Kai for winning this Grand Prix for the Haas team. Congratulations to Mercedes for clinching the Constructors' Championship potentially as well. Which means basically that next week in Abu Dhabi it's going to be similar to the Japanese Grand Prix in 2005, where there is absolutely nothing to play for. So just go out and enjoy yourselves and put on a spectacle. And if you want to see how that spectacle turns out, tune back in next week at 11:30 PM on this channel, and I'll be back to take you through the action, which is the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Until then, guys, it's obviously not all over yet with the IUF1 guys. It is Div 2 on Thursday. That'll be live streamed by MD Skillian, I believe. So, for me personally, guys, take care, all the best, and I'll see you in Abu Dhabi. Bye bye.